What did you series here? Now, a little 3 months, a little too late here, but better late than never, I guess. Now, of course, back in February or January, I did do my top 10 favorite male lead and female lead performances. I forgot to do the supporting ones. So, since it's Oscar, past Oscars and all, better do now. So, here are my official top 10 favorite male supporting film performances of 2023 because there was some really great ones. All right, number 10, I'm putting down Sterling K. Brown, who of course just got an Oscar nomination for American Fiction. Now here, of course, he plays Clifford Cliff Ellison, and it follows like who of course plays like the brother of Jeffrey Wright's character, who plays like the frustrated novelist professor who writes like in stereotypical black book and satire here. And Sterling K. Brown, obviously, we've seen him do great before, whether it's like This Is Us. He was even in Predator things. I actually thought he was really solid in this. Definitely really terrific performance. His chemistry with Jeffrey Wright, I thought was great. He really he definitely has some fun laughs to this. He was really great in this. This was actually his first Oscar nomination, but I tell you one thing, it's not going to be his last. So, all right. Number 9, I'm going with William Dafoe for Poor Things. I could have gone with Mark Ruffalo instead, but I thought William Dafoe actually was better in this. Playing the professor who brings Bella to life. I thought he was excellent in this film. He really embodied this character perfectly. He played like the Dr. Frankenstein like character so well. I've always loved William Dafoe, and just him so drastically playing this part was amazing. So, yeah, why did he not get an Oscar nomination? Still beyond me. All due respect to Mark Ruffalo, I would have given the Oscar nomination to William Dafoe instead. But hey, Mark Ruffalo was still great, so kudos to him for getting one. All right, number 8, I'm going with someone who should have got an Oscar nomination, and that is Dominic Sena for The Holdovers. Now, of course, he plays a character of Angus Tully, who's a Boston student left on campus during a Christmas break set in the 1970s. And the film follows like his relationship with his teacher, played by Paul Giamatti, and of course, the Joy Randolph, who just won an Oscar. Uh, and Dominic says this is actually his first film, if I'm not mistaken, and he crushed it out of the park. Definitely had some really decent heartfelt moments with both Giamatti and Divine. You know, he he's definitely gonna have a great career. He was just cast in a new film with Rose Byrne, so curious to see him in that. Now, I mean, maybe he'll get cast in a Marvel film down the line. I could tell he definitely has a Marvel face, or the comic book face. I could totally see him play a comic book character in the future, but we'll see. All right. Number 7, I'm going with Jacob Elordi for Saltburn. Another one who should have gotten an Oscar nomination. Jacob Elordi, of course, best known for Euphoria fame, was excellent in this movie. He really embodied this character perfectly. He playing the role of Felix Kato. He was amazing. I probably could have gone with him as Elvis in Priscilla, but I think he gave a better performance in this. To be honest, he was like there was times where you could definitely tell he was a little creepy at times. But man, he always has such a creepy face. Even in roles where he's not supposed to be creepy, and he always gets. That's why I say he should really play Patrick Bateman in a American Psycho remake. Like he really has that face there, and his chemistry with Barry Keoghan's great. He is amazing. Like he didn't get an Oscar nomination for Saltburn, but he's going to get an Oscar nomination down the line. Maybe for that Frankenstein movie he's doing with Guillermo del Toro. Maybe that's it. Who knows? All right. Number 6, I'm going with Coma Domingo for The Color Purple. Now, he's also in my top 10 favorite male actors of the year as well. But to be honest, I really wish he would. He literally would have pulled a Jamie Foxx and got both an best actor and supporting actress nomination. Because Coma Domingo was amazing. I mean, his character was like very despicable. I mean, still played this part just wonderful. He really was so scary as a role. I mean, this movie obviously is not Color Purple. It's not a horror film, But there are times where he does get very frightening, and he plays it, with very graciously uh and stuff. And of course, his scenes with Fantasia is let's say very frightening there. So yeah, all right, okay. Coming in at number five, I'm going with someone who should also got an Oscar nomination this year, and that is Charles Melton for May December. Now, of course, this is a kid who came off from Riverdale, and I thought he did a great job in this film. I thought he really nailed it. Every It's just his chemistry with Julianne Moore and Natalie Portman was great. He really showed that he's just not that kid from Riverdale anymore. Like he definitely has some very different, decent gratitude performances here, and he may have not got an Oscar nomination for this, but maybe he'll get one in the near future. Like he definitely has Oscar written all over him. All right. Number four, I'm going with Robert De Niro for Killers of the Flower Moon. Now, of course, he did got an Oscar nomination and a well-deserved one. He is incredible in this. I mean, he's not playing like a mob boss like we are used to seeing. But he does play like Ernest's uncle William King Hale, who was of course the American political boss and crime boss in Osage County, Oklahoma, who is both like the mastermind and one of the convicted perpetrators of the Osage Indian murders here. And Matt De Niro, like this is obviously not his best performances or anything like that. Obviously, it's nowhere near as good as, let's say, his performance in Goodfellas, Taxi Driver, or anything like that. But he was still incredible, and he really plays his part well. And if Leonardo DiCaprio didn't get a nomination, I think Robert De Niro definitely gave a better performance than DiCaprio, in my opinion. But that's just me. All right, number three, I'm going with Ryan Gosling for Barbie. I thought he was excellent as Ken. Of course, he got an Oscar nomination for playing Ken. Didn't win, obviously, but I still thought he was incredible in this film. He really played his part well. His chemistry with Margot Robbie was great. I've always been a fan of Ryan Gosling's acting talent, whether it's like in Drive, Nice Guys. The guy definitely has some cool acting talents, and here he shows it. I mean, his "I'm Just Ken" song, by the way, that performance at the Oscars this tonight was excellent. I mean, he really. I mean, we know that Ryan Gosling could sing perfectly. We've seen that with La La Land, but man, he knows how to bust out a tune, and here he did a great job with it. All right, number two is of course the Oscar winner who just won, and that is Robert Downey Jr. for Oppenheimer. I'm sorry, I just thought he was excellent in this film. Lots of people probably said that Ryan Gosling should have won, and lots of people saying that possibly De Niro should have won. But you know what? Robert Downey Jr. aced this role. I mean, he's been doing this for for over 30 years, and how did he not get an Oscar win for Chaplin is still beyond. I still think he should have won for Chaplin, but that's just me. Here, he nails it in a heartbeat. Playing the role of Admiral Louis Strauss, the naval officer, and ranking among the U.S. Atomic Energy Commission here. And yeah, I just loved the Shumay Roberts. Yeah, I just loved Downey Jr. in this, and it is crazy to believe that this is his first ever Oscar win, but hopefully it won't be his last because Iron Man now has an Oscar, so that's cool. All right, now who's my favorite supporting male? Like, who do I think is better than Robert Downey Jr., Ryan Gosling, Robert De Niro, the actors who just won? Believe it or not, my favorite supporting actor of last year is Jeremy Allen White for The Iron Claw. I'm sorry, I just thought he was excellent in this film. Like, how did everyone's saying that Zac Efron should have won or should have gotten an Oscar, which I would have agreed. But how did Jeremy Allen White not receive one? It's still beyond me. I thought Jeremy Allen White was excellent in this film. Of course, playing the role of Carrie Van Erich, one of the brothers of the Von Erich dynasty. Some of his moments in this really makes you tear up at times. His chemistry with his on-screen brothers is great. Jeremy Allen White did not get an Oscar nomination for this, but I tell you right now, he's gonna have an Oscar on like he obviously won an Emmy for The Bear, but down the line he's gonna get an Oscar in the near future just because like if he continues doing roles like this, he's definitely gonna have an Oscar on his mental before his career's up, and this should have been his first. But I mean, hey, I've been a fan of Jeremy Allen White ever since I saw him on Shameless and seeing him go from like Shameless to The Bear, now this. Talk about a great career he's have, and well deserved right there. But that's pretty much it. Here is my quick rundown. All right, number 10, Sterling K. Brown for American Fiction. 9, William Dafoe for Poor Things. 8, Dominic Sena for The Holdovers. 7, Jacob Elordi for Saltburn. 6, Coleman Domingo for Color Purple. 5, Charles Melton for May December. 4, Robert De Niro for Killers of the Flower Moon. 3, Ryan Gosling for Barbie. 2, Robert Downey Jr. for Oppenheimer. And number 1, Jeremy Allen White for The Iron Claw. Now, there's other ones I probably could have added too. Let me see what else I could have added here. All right. Lots of the other actors for Oppenheimer, like Matt Damon, I could have added. The guy who played Albert Einstein. See, Brendan Fraser for Killers of the Flower Moon. Jesse Plemons for Killers. Patrick Dempsey for Ferrari. Mark Ruffalo for Poor Things. I could have chosen some other great ones, but let me let you guys. What were some of your favorite male film performances of 2023? Were you a fan of Robert Downey Jr., De Niro, Jeremy Allen White? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Henry signing off.